can't believe it. New Orleans, by rail. That's right, by rail this time. You see me on a pontoon plane in a puddle jumper. You see me in a hot air balloon. And now we're riding the trolley, the streetcar here in New Orleans. On this episode of Play16X9, we travel to England to check out burning barrels. Then it's back to the States to see ostrich racing in Missouri. We return to Thailand for Elephant Polo. And last, it's over to Long Neck, Delaware for pumpkin chucking championships. Thanks, Willie. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. So here we are, Play16X9. New Orleans, Cajun style. We made it to another location for the third episode of the program. We're gonna bring you the Urban Challenge. That's right, Urban Challenge. So what's that all about? It's about a lot of different things. But the most important thing it's about is physical endurance and mental endurance and being clever. I gotta get to the start of the race. I'll talk with you soon. Be well, man. Watch them cars.
Yeah, you too.
Welcome to Play16X9. I'm your host, Kevin Carroll. It's 3 p.m. You hear all this noise, all this racket. There's only one place we can be in the United States, New Orleans. We are on Bourbon Street. We're in Cajun country. We're bringing you this amazing event called the Urban Challenge. The Urban Challenge is a combination of physical endurance and mental strength and being able to problem solve and move as quickly as possible.
Shady is the title. Shady is the title, exactly.
$50,000, that's what everybody's competing for.
Check. Love to stand, Jeff, but we got...
The Play Renaissance is here, the Play Reawakening, and why are we celebrating that? We're celebrating it because we all celebrate our physicality, our humanness, and the importance of play. Today, we're going to bring you to the Urban Challenge race, but more importantly, we're going to bring you some other things from around the world. Burning barrels from Devon, England. Elephant Polo from Bangkok, Thailand. Pumpkin chucking from Delaware. And ostrich racing from here in the United States in Missouri. So let's go on our first play journey. Devon, England, for a 400-year-old tradition, burning barrels. 17 barrels will go through the city, lit on fire. People will run with them and carry them. Absolutely fascinating. Enjoy.
We're in Ostrich St Mary, which is a town in the southwest of England, in Devon. And we have a tradition here of rolling flaming tar barrels. Our tradition, in fact, has escalated into a worldwide attraction.
Barrows rolling is always held on November the 5th. It's a tradition that we've always had in this town. My parents done it, my grandparents done it. It's a thing I've just been brought up into, and it's part of my life now.
No one really knows the true origins of it.
Great.
The history of the tar barrels is unknown totally, but can be put down to possibly pagan rituals, fire festivals, or something to do with the religious feuds of the Middle Ages. And we are the last town to be keeping this tradition going. There is an association that originated from old blunderbusses back in the Dark Ages, and they're called the rock cannons, and they fire them early in the morning and then throughout the day. And that's followed by a bonfire, which we've spent 3 weekends building, which is lit at about 6:30 in the evening.
They have the boys' barrels in the evening to start with, and then at midnight they have the really big barrel in the square.
The barrels are prepared earlier in the year, and they are coated with a coal tar. On the night, we fill it with paper and straw, light it, it all melts and helps to catch the inside of the barrel alight.
I think when I ran my first barrel, I was about 10 years old, and it was a fantastic day and a great adrenaline rush for me. Certainly tonight, there'll be 10 to 15,000 people in Ostrich and Murray watching this spectacular event.
There are only a chosen few that can do it. You can't just come to Ostrich, get some gloves on your hands and just roll the barrels.
The actual training for carrying a barrel doesn't exist.
If you're strong enough to pick the barrel up, pick it up and put it on your shoulder and run like mad with it.
There is a little bit of physical element in it. Obviously, you can see the size of this barrel, but if the technique's done correctly, the barrel should be rolled from shoulder to shoulder without it touching the ground. We've just got some naturally built blokes in this town.
Sweat, adrenaline, it's brilliant.
The dangerous element to it all is mainly in the spectators.
The flames in the barrels can get quite big, especially when the bottom of the barrel burns out, so you've got flames coming out both sides.
And it's fantastic when you got it on your back, especially when it's flaring away, you know, with the flames coming out.
Obviously, they get small burns and scorches and whatever, and they, the next day, compare their burns and think how well they've done or not done.
When you're rolling them, sometimes you get a bit of hot tar down your neck, which can be a bit warm.
The protective clothing we use, first of all, is your gloves. They're made of hessium sacks. They're meshed up the side with wire, never on the top. And some guys wear 2, 3, 4 layers of jumpers. I personally used to wear a towel around my neck just to tie it around to stop any heat there.
It's not a race. There are no start and finish lines.
I was down on a barrel, Margaret Corner, heard a paraffin, took a paraffin on top of the barrel and my ass got burned.
There's no teams and there's no barrel crews, but the camaraderie is second to none.
Maybe there's a certain adrenaline rush with running in front of a man with a flaming tar barrel on his back. All you have to do is make sure and get out of the way.
Yeah, you do get the odd person like not really looking where they're going and in the way, but as soon as they see it coming, they'll soon move.
It brings us all together for the one night of the year.
From the minute our last barrel was burnt out, we are thinking about the next one next year.
The exciting aspect of it is still being able to carry a tradition on, which to many people seeing for the first time will have thought this could not happen anywhere in the world. It's an honor to be part of this tradition, which is, you know, part of our English heritage.
At
absolutely fascinating to watch people carrying lit-up fireballs and racing through a town in hopes of ridding evil spirits. So now we're at the Fairmont Hotel for pre-registration of the Urban Challenge, the national finals. Come on with me. I think it's going to be really fascinating to see the people beginning to get their focus on, beginning to start the thought process to the mental challenge and the physical challenge that's going to happen with this great event. How did you learn about this and get involved?
I was just looking for a sport to change into from inline speed skating because I'm now pregnant. And I picked up a Metro Sports magazine and they mentioned it and I said, this is something for my sister and me to do together.
I was reading that a lot of the teams have satellite support.
Yeah.
Do you all have some satellite support?
We have a network of friends helping us. They're all working with a chat program. That will be their method of communication, working out the clues.
Thank you so much, ladies. All the best. It's all about redemption for these two gentlemen here at the Urban Challenge here in New Orleans, the national finals. Can you tell me like one of the biggest lessons you learned as far as like your strategy and approach to this race?
Check your work.
You got to talk to your guy on the phone. You got to make sure you got it right. We made a little blunder in the finals last year. It cost us this check.
Is we're going to be spending time with all the racers tomorrow. In fact, we're going to take you to the start of the race when we come back from the break, and we're also going to be taking you to the Ostrich races in Missouri. This is Play 16x9. Stick around. Welcome back to Play 16x9. I'm your host, Kevin Carroll, here in New Orleans for the morning of the Urban Challenge. So what's happening right now is everybody's getting their stretch on, getting ready for this event, got their uniforms on, got all their other things going on. But the main thing that's going to happen is there's going to be a test, the Scantron multiple choice test that sets the stage for where you start. So starting and staggering the race. This is what's going on in here, so come check this out.
We're about to light the candle. We got 15 seconds of the trivia challenge. The energy in this room is about to completely change.
So everybody is really trying desperately to do well on this Scantron multiple choice test. If you score well, you get to stagger your start ahead of people. It's done. Now the scoring is going to begin. So what happens is they take their Scantron test, it gets scored, and once it's scored, your starting position is established. Now that you've taken your Scantron test, what do you anticipate? How do you feel now?
Well, nervous, I guess, because we're just not sure how the score went, and you know the test was pretty hard, so we're a little uncertain at the moment.
This is my guy. This is my guy Jake right here, man. They're all about redemption for this one because of last year.
I think we're starting last today. We're going to spot the field.
You're going to spot the field? There's nothing wrong with that.
We're so dumb, we got all those wrong.
So we've been walking through the room, talking with some folks, checking out their scores right now. Look at everybody. They're all going through their answers, so they're trying to get an idea where they are going to land within the starting groups. And that's where we're heading to next. We're going to the starting line to see the first groups take off. Come on, let's go.
Batons have a little blackout and a word printed on them. If yours doesn't, talk to race officials.
So right now, this is the first group that's getting ready to take off. I don't want to talk too loud because they're getting their instructions. So everybody's getting prepared. They're getting their first set of clues, and they're getting ready to get up out of here.
For the first of many twists today, the checkpoints aren't here. But in other words, go.
As you can see, the people running by us trying to solve the first clue. Now, you see the physicality? It's absolutely fascinating. I can't tell you how cool this is. Another group is just taking off. People will be running by me. It's purposeful movement because they can't go too fast because you're also trying to solve a clue right now. But as you can see, everybody running by, trying to get after it. So what's this Urban Challenge all about? This is what it's all about.
Challenge is a unique event in which two-person teams will race through the city to 12 checkpoints, and they can only use clues, their feet, and public transit.
All right, let's go. Okay.
There's no set race course, and the checkpoints aren't marked in any way. We loan each team a digital camera so they can prove they've been there.
Got it.
It's like a 3-hour downhill ski run. It's all these things happening at once. You're trying to unravel clues, you're trying to figure out how to get there, you're watching other teams, you don't know exactly where because people start at different places. It's all exciting.
Boy, do we need you.
Checkpoints have to be visited in a particular order. The only exception is if you find our skip person on the course, you can take a picture with them and then skip any checkpoint. The clues are very difficult. It's kind of the most difficult open book test you've ever taken.
Checkpoint 2. Okay, let's look at this. One word name.
Based on the number of vessels flying its flag.
Someone get out the Scrabble tiles and start figuring this one out.
Okay, we're here.
A lot of people have phone support, and so they'll call people on the phone for help, internet searches, that kind of thing to figure out where they're going.
Checkpoint 1 shares its name with the initials of the actor who played a young version of the man who lurked around Fine Hall. Find it near the French Quarter.
The biggest problem usually is people just make mistakes. They go to the wrong spot, and since they're not marked, they don't know it. And one wrong answer in Urban Challenge and you're out. We call it kind of the heartbreak or the dark side of Urban Challenge.
Hey, Karen. There are a lot of people running up this direction. Yeah. I think we just need to make a decision now. Why not? I'm going to wait until Vlad gets back to me with the confirmation of either this or that.
To win an Urban Challenge is extremely difficult. To finish in the 5-hour time limit, it's think on the run, not think on the walk. These guys are covering 7 to 9 hard miles of the course. It's extremely competitive. The 2 fastest guys probably won't win today. You know, the 2 smartest guys probably won't win today. It's the 2 guys that have, or 2 gals that have the best combination of those things. That's who wins Urban Challenge. It ain't Urban Easy, it's Urban Challenge. That's what we like to say.
So we're here at what the runners in the Urban Challenge thought was the first clue, but it was a bait and switch. So they actually have moved them to only receive their first clue here at the Cafe Pontalba. And so I'm gonna take you into the square here where everybody's kind of gathering. So check this out. So they're all gathering in here in the square and they're reading the first clue. So everybody is concentrating and focusing on what's happening. Now they'll pursue the very first clue. But while they're reading over their information and deciding which direction they're going to run to, we're going to take you to Missouri, to ostrich racing. This group of women called the Coyotes and ostriches, crazy combination. They've created a new sport called ostrich racing. And yes, it's every bit as hard as it sounds.
We are in Polo, Missouri. That's about an hour north of Kansas City. It's a pretty small town. This is where Jenny's parents live, and so it's usually where we practice. Jenny, she went to Dixie Stampede and she learned how to trick ride. And so she came back and she really wanted to start a troop together, and I really wanted to trick ride, so that was just the perfect opportunity.
After go 13 years, you have to be willing to travel and not get paid all that much. So everyone wants to try trick riding, but no one wants to stick with it. I think I've really found a good group of girls.
We've had horses for a long time, and I've always been interested in trick riding. And I just wanted to try it for fun, and we knew Jenny, so we decided I'd come out and try it.
About a year ago, I saw an advertisement for the Coyotes, and I gave her a call and went and auditioned.
I kind of like to prove that women can do anything that men can do. We travel completely by ourselves. We set up the ostrich shoot by ourselves. We train our own animals. We fix flat tires. You know, we kind of do it all.
She has been trick riding since she was 11 and works for rodeos and needed another rodeo act. So she thought of ostriches, and there happened to be a person close to us that were selling them.
There really was an ostrich going out of business sale, and we ended up getting some birds, and that's how it all came about. We got our birds when they were 6 months old, and they grow a foot a month for the first year of their life. We feed them 18 pounds of grain a day, and we also give them lawn clippings. They'll eat just pretty much anything.
They're stinky and they're hard to take care of.
To come out and see some girls riding ostriches, I mean, you don't see that at rodeos. There's bulls and horses and not ostriches.
Trick riding is beautiful, it's graceful, it's athleticism at its finest. Ostrich racing is the opposite. There's nothing graceful or beautiful about it. It's a bunch of people chasing a giant chicken. We take 2 birds, we load them into a chute, and we put 2 female riders on top of them. We open the chute gates, and we have 2 chasers. The birds get chased to the end of the arena, the girls do a moving dismount, and then the birds are chased back. Whoever gets the bird out of the arena into the chute the quickest is the winner.
A lot of the females like it. Seeing all girls trick riding, they like it a lot. It's pretty unique, so the crowd gets into it pretty good. And like guys like it because, well, of course, the girls are nice to look at.
There's a sweet spot on an ostrich that's really small, similar to a bull. You have to be in a certain place and be balanced so that the ostrich doesn't get pulled one way or the other.
And the blackbird's out, blackbird's down, blackbird's down, the blackbird's going.
Our training consists of chasing the birds around the arena at rodeos. That's the training. I don't know how much skills it takes. It just takes a lot of bravery and guts because, you know, these things are like wobbly and their legs come out and they're just a little round ball that you sit on. There's nothing to hold on to.
An ostrich can get up to 12 feet tall. They've been recorded to run 60 miles an hour. That's faster than a horse.
This is gonna be the first time I'm riding the ostriches. I'm kind of scared too.
I get a lot more nervous getting on a bird than I would on a horse. I've always just chased, and today's gonna be my first day to ride the ostriches.
I've been kicked by both a horse and an ostrich, and I'll tell you that an ostrich hurts a lot worse.
We just wear our costumes and we don't wear any protective wear or anything. So if we get hurt, we get hurt.
This is a trick riding wound.
Hey, ring his neck. Hey, there you go. Ring his neck. Just got on
My favorite part of trick riding is doing the tricks and hearing the crowd clap and scream. It's an adrenaline rush. The little kids coming up to you after the rodeo and saying, you know, that they want to be like you and they want to trick ride someday, and them wanting your autographs and everything like that. It's just, I love it.
Ow! The audience really, really likes it. It's always their favorite event. Trick riding takes a million times more skill and strength, but ostrich racing is always the crowd favorite.
Well, what impresses me the most about these drills is just the drive and the heart they have.
I think that we'll probably continue to do rodeos around here and maybe go to the big time, and more people will hear about it and more people will like it, and so we'll get more and bigger opportunities to go places with them.
skip lady right here. Yeah. You guys have to take a picture. Oh, look, they are too.
Thank you.
There's a couple people right there. You guys got to take your pictures.
Hey, will you take it for me?
Yeah, I'll take it for you. Got you. Is that cool? Is that cool?
Good luck. Awesome.
Perfectamundo. So there you have it. You have some folks found Monica, the skip lady, right here.
I've never been so happy to see a stranger before.
We're gonna be here with the skip lady. Oh, take your pictures here.
Tyler.
I'm in it too. So they're taking their pictures, which is part of the whole deal. They have to take their picture, make sure they get that so that they can skip one of the clues and move forward from that. We're gonna go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna share with you something that's really unusual from Thailand, Elephant Polo. Hop your collar, stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back. While the Urban Challenge racers are competing for the $50,000 final prize, I decided to hop on the St. Charles rail and ride this thing to a destination ahead of our runners. I want to send you somewhere while I'm riding down here and trying to get in front of the runners. Now it's time to check out an international sport with a twist. Elephant Polo combines the use of gentle giants with the age-old tradition of polo. I'm going to keep riding this rail. I see you when you get back.
Horse polo is naturally a very fast sport, and elephant polo is something very unusual. We play it only once a year in a tournament.
It's not often you get to ride an elephant, so to play polo and win as well is great fun.
I like to see them play. This sport is fun to watch.
You never know what's going to happen. And you're not quite sure who's in control, whether it's the elephant, Mahu, or the player.
Elephant polo was actually played several hundred years ago by Mughal princesses who played it in India. The current form of the game was started in 1982, and the King's Cup came into being when I arrived here 3 years ago.
It's not a very fast game, you know, because as you can see, the elephants are big and they don't run very fast. This game can be played really by anybody.
Staying up on the elephant is quite a hard job for me, and I think a lot of other players are slipping. To have a good game, you have to be able to sit up there.
Once you get on and they're small elephants and you're strapped onto the back with ropes, and so it's very secure.
Elephant polo is actually a very easy game to learn. In this tournament we have people nearly 70 years of age playing and as young as 18, so age is no factor. Just very competitive. The top players, of course, the better they are, the more competitive they get.
We're hoping to bring back the cup to Germany again this year. And it's going to be a tough game because all teams are much stronger than the previous years.
Here. Like horses, elephants are a herd animal.
They're very nice and very well kept, well treated, healthy elephants. They look pretty happy.
And Mahood has his ideas of where to go, The elephant has his ideas of where to go, and of course the player has to decide and make the games.
The mahout will command the elephants while the rider hits the ball. It's not difficult to order him if you are used to being around elephants.
We have to help the elephants play the game. If I tap his legs, he will run fast.
Every goal you shoot, the mahouts are really happy because they are proud of steering the elephants.
Well, I mean, we were playing the Royal Hussars, who are new, but they're young, and they've all played horse polo. We thought it was going to be tough, but fortunately our magic weapon, Angad Kalan, came through with a big performance.
I think it's an excuse for a lot of these guys to let their hair down and have a good party, but still enjoying some serious sport at the same time.
What's so good is it's just getting bigger and better every year. I think the Thailand authorities are doing a great job on bringing this sport up. It's a fantastic event.
I thought it was absolutely fascinating to watch elephants with that kind of dexterity. Next, we're gonna go to pumpkin chucking. They're gonna be throwing pumpkins, catapulting them, using these big air blasters, using centrifuges, using all kinds of contraptions that they've engineered to shoot a 7 or 8 pound pumpkin as far as they possibly can. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Play 16x9. This is the semifinal round. Everybody is trying to get to the Magnificent Seven. The 7 top teams will get the vie for the $50,000 grand prize. Winner takes all. And why are people celebrating this kind of a competition? It is about the play renaissance.
Okay, if you unscramble those, it comes up with a one-word establishment.
What do you think, man? All of us need to be capturing our play, our joy on a daily basis.
Like a restaurant or a hotel?
That's what Play 16x9 is bringing to you.
Can you unscramble them into one word for me?
And then the other one we need is the foamy barn one.
The celebration and joy of being human. Through physicality, through mental endurance, through physical endurance, through all these things.
1, 2, 3.
We're gonna take you to Long Neck, Delaware for pumpkin chucking. These teams put together an amazing array of engineered contraptions to propel pumpkins thousands of feet. It's the 18th annual pumpkin chucking celebration. Check this out.
We're on the William T. Hurdle Farm in Millsboro, Delaware. The event is the 18th Annual World Championship Pumpkin Chucking. Over the weekend, we're expecting 25 to 30,000 people. They'll be throwing 8 to 10 pound pumpkins, 3 competitive shots over the next 2 days.
Takes maybe a minute and a half to load our pumpkin. Takes us about 7 minutes to pump up our pressure. Once that's done, we're ready to go. We shot 3,153 feet. I'd like to shoot 4,000, but we'll get there hopefully.
We have torsion spring. They also have the centrifugal machines. And of course, we have the big boy air cannons down on the far end.
We have a 40-foot arm which we spin to make centrifugal motion to release the pumpkin.
saw this for the first time, I was just amazed by the number of machines and what they could do.
There's a book full of rules. There's the weight of your pumpkin. You can only use compressed air on the air cannons.
The trophy is what's known as a traveling trophy. Every person that wins gets to keep the trophy for a year. Well, we feel pretty good right now because we shot first and we maintained the lead right from the beginning. On our first shot, we shot short of 4,000 feet, but we put it right down the middle, so we've got pressure on the other competitors.
I do the hoses, so I am actually firing the machine this year now, too, and I'm pretty nervous about it.
Safety is a main priority here at the pumpkin shop.
We've only had one fatality, and that was a duck in a pond. We just fired one, and it was 29:35.
I've been coming for 17 of the 18 years, and it's something you have to do. Once you come once, you will come every single year.
It's getting together to see all the people that you haven't seen for a year and renewing old friendships and just basically having a good time. Pumpkin Chunkin's party.
My grandmother probably wouldn't have been very pleased with the use of those pumpkins because that's a lot of pumpkin pie. But hey, Jackson Square, where we started the race this morning, the Urban Challenge, and now we're at the finish. Teams are getting evaluated on their speed and their accuracy of solving the clues. Some people have been disappointed because they got quite a few wrong. Some have been very pleased. They're getting evaluated to join the Magnificent Seven, the 7 finalists who will go for the $50,000 grand prize. Yes. So how did you feel about your strategy this year?
Our strategy to hang back, watch others worked very well, although they threw us for a loop. I think it's on this one.
So what's fascinating about the way that you guys do it, though, is you don't have this central command control center, but you do have a little secret weapon.
Yes.
And what might that secret weapon be?
Ellen.
Ellen. That's all we'll leave it at. Ellen. Give it the face.
The moper.
The moper face here. We have the moper face here because my guys here, Jeff and Jake, came across the line in first, 20 minutes ahead of everybody, 1 clue wrong.
Unfortunately, it dealt with a movie, and it was a movie that neither of us had seen, a book neither of us had read.
They got it wrong. So sometimes the lifelines don't always come through, but you got to trust. It's about putting the squad together and trusting.
Absolutely. Yeah. What we now know is we were first across the line again.
Again.
We can run, we can be with anybody, we're our own worst enemy.
Yeah.
When we're good, we're good. When we're bad, we're bad.
We're here with the race creator. I love that, race creator.
Thank you so much.
Kevin McCarthy. Some people might say, oh, you know what, this is like that show, Amazing Race.
Right.
What makes this different?
It's not just about, here's where you go, get there as fast as you can. We give each team a digital camera and they have to photograph themselves at each checkpoint. It's not a find the flag contest. Urban Challenge is you have to unravel the clues and then go there and have the confidence to say, I'm in the right place, because if you get one wrong, you're out of the race.
I'm on Charter Street. I'm in front of this big building.
Today, we had probably in the top 10 people that came in, we had probably 6 teams that disqualified themselves because they went to the wrong checkpoint.
We came up with an answer for checkpoint 1 that I thought was right, but...
We made an answer.
You can't just hurry up and get through the course because you make sure you're in the right spot.
We just completed the semifinals.
Right.
And now we have the Magnificent Seven.
Our top 7 teams, we like to call them the Magnificent Seven, will start today at 3:30 at an undisclosed location around New Orleans, and they race for 50 grand. The top team walks away with the big check. So.
And that's it. And it's just winner take all.
Winner take all. There's no second place in Urban Challenge.
And there you go. No second place, right? And no second place. You got to do your thing. You got to take it all. Urban Challenge, Kevin McCarthy.
Thank you.
Magnificent Seven, get ready to happen. Stay with us, because I know you're not going to want to miss this thing. It's going to be 50K on the line, baby. 50K. Take care, man.
Thank you very much.
All right. Stay with us. We'll be back in a little bit with the Magnificent Seven and more from Play 16x9. I'm calling this the creepy cool segment of the show. Because it's a little creepy to be in a cemetery. Finalists are coming over here right now. They will be getting their clues. They have to go through the trivia piece once again, answer questions to determine who will start off and stagger the start. And all of us will be there going through this national finals now. $50,000 on the line.
Hey, good luck on the trivia challenge, you guys. Okay, 10 seconds.
What will happen next is once they've answered all the questions, they will evaluate their answers based on the teams. Whoever had the best score, they get to be released first.
Very ceremonially on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
We need to figure out the next 2 numbers in it.
So these are the first lead group. They have about a 3-minute head start, and they're going to be working on their things. Don't even want to disturb them right now because the focus is on $50,000. So let's listen in just a little bit.
So just go. It says identify the next 2 numbers. So have someone working on that right now because that's our first clue.
Yeah, I don't know who we're supposed to call.
Right here.
So what number would it be if that was it? 29? 29 is here.
They're running through the cemetery right now, trying to find the first 4 checkpoints, which are in here, but they are gone. We can't find them anywhere. That's how quickly they moved to try to respond to these clues.
Good luck, you guys.
The contestants are now going the Magnificent Seven. They're running around here solving the first 4 checkpoints, and then they'll propel themselves towards the city, because that's where the finish line is.
We're about 24 minutes in the race, and I wouldn't be surprised if most people are out of here within the next half hour.
So we're out. We're going to head to the city too, check out what's going on there. The Urban Challenge, finishing it up. 50,000 on the line. Let's see what happens.
We got all the clues except one.
We're here at the finals, Urban Challenge, at the Fairmont Hotel, anticipating the runners coming in. What's on the line? This is what's on the line. $50,000, first place, winner takes all. Everybody in the room anticipating the final outcome, but it's not just about coming across the line first. You have to be accurate, and you have to be precise, and you have to be speedy. David and Damian, they were the first team to cross the finish line from the Magnificent Seven. So what did you think was your biggest challenge?
Coordinating, because we initially started, we didn't exactly know where we were. We knew where we had to get the first 4 clues, but we weren't oriented in the cemetery right.
I noticed one thing I thought was really impressive was your support team. I saw your support team jumping over fences and calling people up and stuff.
I was a little miffed by that. I was surprised. I didn't expect to see them so soon.
The first place team actually to cross the finish line has to check their math right now.
They've got all of them except for that one, and so we're just trying to determine if the math is wrong as theirs.
One of the disputed factors is, did they round up to the right number? So they're calling their support team to check to verify the accuracy of their answer.
Hey, what is the sign of 65?
And so $50,000 comes down to the sign.
It's a very expensive question.
Here comes the call for $50,000.
In a winning time of 2 hours and 3 minutes, and demonstrating to this man that there is a difference in the sign of 65, whether it's measured in degrees or radians, Mr. David Olds and Damian Garcia.
Can't think of a better way to spend a crazy Saturday.
So that's it. Took you to England, took you to Thailand, took you to Delaware, took you to Missouri, and now here, New Orleans, Play 16x9, the Play Renaissance is here. We brought it to you. So what did you think about that urban challenge? It was absolutely amazing. Hot and spicy Cajun style here in New Orleans, bringing it to you. It's all about play. It's all about those things that we all seem to enjoy but don't always tap into. As you know, I always have some strange or different way of getting out of here, so I'm taking the 963 St. Charles out of here to the next location. And where's this train taking me anyway?
Just up St. Charles.
All right, that's where we're going. We'll see you on the next show, Play 16x9. Take it easy.